Welcome everyone. So today we will discuss about chemicals from common salt, which is our next topic. It is given here that by now you have learned that the salt formed by the combination of hydrochloric acid and sodium hydroxide solution is called sodium chloride. This is the salt that you use in food. You must have observed in the above activity that it is a neutral salt. Seawater contains many salts dissolved in it. Sodium chloride is separated from these salts. Deposits of solid salt are also found in several parts of the world. These large crystals are often brown due to impurities. This is called rock salt. Beds of rock salt were formed when seas of bygone ages dried up. Rock salt is mined like coal. You must have heard about Mahatma Gandhi's Dandi March. Did you know that sodium chloride was such an important symbol in our struggle for freedom? So you must have studied about this Dandi March in your history subject. Today we will be discussing about common salt. So here whatever is given, it is only introduction. But in the first paragraph, this is also related with the previous two activities which we discussed yesterday. So it is given by now you have learned that the salt formed by the combination of hydrochloric acid and sodium hydroxide solution is called sodium chloride. In that we discussed that if we are having any salt and if we have to identify from which acid and which base this salt has been formed, then I told you how to identify. So the same way for sodium chloride, acid which is used is hydrochloric acid and base used is sodium hydroxide. Now this is the salt that you use in food. We know that this is also, as it is used in food, so it is also said to be common salt. You must have observed in the above activity that it is a neutral salt. Now this is very important point. I think yesterday I told you also why it is said to be neutral salt. It is because here the salt is made from strong acid and strong base. That means hydrochloric acid and sodium hydroxide, these both are the strong in nature. Like hydrochloric acid is a strong acid and sodium hydroxide is a strong base. So the salt which is formed from strong acid and strong base, it is neutral in nature. Now seawater contains many salts dissolved in it. Sodium chloride is separated from these salts. Deposits of solid salt are also found in several parts of the world. These large crystals are often brown due to impurities. This is called rock salt. Now beds of rock salt were formed when seas of bygone ages dried up. Rock salt is mined like coal. If you remember, last year we discussed about, when we were discussing about the process of evaporation and recrystallization, especially in the process of evaporation when we have to separate the components of the mixture. So we discussed and we have seen also that how these salts, these sodium chloride salts, it is getting collected nearby the seawater. You have seen that how they are just forming some sort of beds and they are collecting the seawater and then they are just letting it evaporate slowly, and at the end, at the bottom, you are getting only salt. So that is the way that they are doing. It is said to be salt farming. If you remember, we discussed this in 9th standard. Now this is about the introduction of the common salt. Now common salt, apart from that we are using it in our food, it is also having many other industrial uses, and about those industrial uses we will be discussing today. It is very important also, as this common salt, it is used as the raw material, as the starting material for the manufacture of many other important compounds. So let us discuss about them. Now common salt, a raw material for chemicals. The common salt thus obtained is an important raw material for various materials of daily use such as sodium hydroxide, baking soda, washing soda, bleaching powder and many more. Let us see how one substance is used for making all these different substances. As you can see here, four different substances example it is given, like sodium hydroxide, baking soda, washing soda and bleaching powder. So about these four different substances we will be studying here, about how they are getting manufactured, what are their uses and other chemical reactions involved in their topic. So in all these four substances, the raw material which is used is common salt. Now you can understand that common salt, it is not having only use in our kitchen as it is used in food. It is also having so many other applications, like as it is the raw material for the manufacture of different substances which is listed here. Or you can also consider that the common salt, sodium chloride, it is having many more industrial uses as compared to this common uses which we know. So in here, four such materials are listed in that we are going to study in much detail about sodium hydroxide, how it is manufactured, what are the byproducts are formed, and also its uses. So we will be discussing about sodium hydroxide first. When electricity is passed, so the manufacturing of sodium hydroxide, the process which is involved here is electrolysis, as you can understand also, because in the manufacturing of sodium hydroxide electricity is used. So you can definitely understand that here the process which is involved is electrolysis. Now this is very important also, and we will, that is why it is given in much detail. We will cover everything. When electricity is passed through an aqueous solution of sodium chloride, which is called brine. Now aqueous solution of sodium chloride is called brine. Please underline this, because sometimes instead of giving this much terms like aqueous solution of sodium chloride, they are generally mentioning only the term brine in question, and then so many students sometimes they are getting confused at what is this brine. This brine is nothing else but the aqueous solution of sodium chloride. So please underline this and please remember this. It decomposes to form sodium hydroxide. The process is called the chlor-alkali process because of the products formed, chlor for chlorine and alkali for sodium hydroxide. As you can see, one reaction is also given. In that reaction you can see here they have taken NaCl aqueous and H2O, and then you can see the products which you are getting. One is sodium hydroxide and the other one is chlorine. So the main product here is sodium hydroxide, and we are getting two byproducts which are chlorine and hydrogen, and you can see that they are getting released in their gaseous state. So chlorine gas is given off at the anode and hydrogen gas at the cathode. Sodium hydroxide solution is formed near the cathode. The three products formed in this process are all useful. Figure 2.8 shows the different uses of these three products. So about this, and we have only discussed like the introduction or the main outline of the manufacturing of the sodium hydroxide. Like till now we have not discussed the diagram that how it is getting manufactured. So we will be discussing about that as well, and then it will be very clear for you that how chlorine is getting formed and how it is getting how it is given off at anode, and how hydrogen gas it is given off at cathode. What I am trying to say here is that just try to first understand these main points which is given here. The first thing is that the starting material is common salt or sodium chloride, and here we have to take brine. That means we have to take aqueous solution of sodium chloride, and here the process which is involved is electrolysis. Now if you remember, we discussed about electrolysis in the decomposition reaction, in the electrolytic decomposition reaction there. So if you remember that, what are the main things which is involved in that? So we used to take two electrodes, one is cathode, one is anode. It depends on with which terminal these electrodes they are connected. So the one it will become negative electrode, which will be anode, and sorry, which will be cathode, and the one which is connected to the positive terminal, that will become anode. So this is about the just the general outline of the electrolysis process or the electrolytic cell. Then here the electrolyte which we are taking is brine, and then when we are simply passing the electricity, then we are getting these products which is given here, as you can see this through this chemical equation written. So this is just about the general outline. The other important thing here, the name of this manufacturing of sodium hydroxide process is called chlor-alkali process. Although the actual process which is involved is said to be electrolysis, because the way which we are doing it with the help of electricity, but it is given particularly this manufacturing of sodium hydroxide, this process is given this name of chlor-alkali process, because here two main products are, first one is sodium hydroxide and the other one is chlorine. So chlor is given for chlorine and alkali, as we know that our main product itself is sodium hydroxide. So these are just the important points related with this. In the next class we will be discussing about the diagram and the process in much detail, that how it is taking place and what actually happens when we are preparing brine or when we are preparing aqueous solution of sodium chloride. So definitely dissociation will occur and many other thing will be there, so that I am going to discuss in detail in next class. So till then you just try to understand little bit more about this process of electrolysis and electrolytic cell. Just go through it to that activity which is about the electrolytic decomposition of water. You will get something about it. Apart from that, if you want, you can also just refer the diagram which is given here. Actually in some of the books the proper diagram is given, but in the other books the particular diagram which is related with the manufacturing of sodium hydroxide is not given. So tomorrow we will be discussing about that in detail. Thank you.